Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How did you all sleep?
I slept great.
Alone.
I've been concentrating really hard on growing out my hair.
Wonderful. And how is that going?
I've had to have a lot of concentration, but I think it's working. Do it look, strike a pose.
Oh, I see. It's grown like an eighth of an inch.
That's right. I pluck it out
What?
for the potions and bombs.
That's your hair.
Oh, yes. Has been the whole time.
Fair enough.
Haven't you noticed all the little patches I've had? When they get really eepy?
EP?
Eepy, that's right. You heard what I said?
You know, I can't say that I've noticed it, so perhaps you're hiding it very well.
Thank you.
But are there like no other substitutes you could use?
No.
No.
Sometimes body hair, but I have to have a lot of it.
Body hair.
Sometimes. Not every time. Occasionally. As a treat.
Well, I spent a little bit of the evening working together alongside Sakuachi. She's very, very informative. Knows a lot about a lot of different topics.
Who is this?
The astronomer? The head of the observatory?
The ruler of the observatory?
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
Correct. So, she taught me a thing or two. It was quite wonderful.
Good.
Put me through quite a bit of a stress test, so to speak. Lined up a bunch of dolls and was like, fix them all! I had to stitch them all very quickly. It was terrifying, really.
Becoming a doll maker?
No, she was trying to help me with my stitching and suturing techniques, and speeding them up, because as long as I have been working, you know, I typically only work on one patient at a time, but she taught me a thing or two about multitasking. It's quite nice.
But we are not dolls.
No. But you get stitched up sort of like one.
Oh. Very smart.
It was either that or we go find some animals, kill them, and then rip their guts out.
If I am ever
and then
turned
stitch them back
into
up.
a doll, then that will be perfect for me.
Are you planning on becoming a doll?
No, I'm just saying, like, if any of us are transformed into dolls, then your skills will be perfectly applicable. It is a very good idea.
Yes, it is. I mean, it is still applicable.
You are covering all of the bases, so to speak.
Yes. I mean, you've already, you know, changed from one thing to the next, right?
That's right. I don't have a bomb for that, but maybe. Is it about to smell, like wet matted fur? Do you smell this?
Arashtak will slowly make his way up to you, and you can see he's shivering a little bit, and he's sort of drying off. The river is far colder than I anticipated.
Ah, lizard, you just need some tea to warm up those little lizard vocal cords.
Yes. Tea. That would be nice. Yes. Do you have some already, or do I have to make it?
You'll have to make it. But I will supervise.
No, you always make everything, Arashtak. Let me get the tea on, all right?
Oh, yes. That would be good, because I don't think I can move my fingers very well.
Then I will
Alright.
not be supervising.
Very good. I'll go ahead and I'll finagle. I would assume we would have stuff to like heat water for tea and everything.
Oh, sure. The camp would. If you don't have it in your inventory, nope.
Yeah.
You need actual cooking supplies if you want to do that.
I think Arashtok has cooking supplies either way.
Perhaps.
But I'll just use the camps. Because we're bougie at the moment.
Okay. You're gonna put some tea on. Arashtok sort of looks around at the rest of you and says, Did everyone sleep all right?
Like a doll.
It was quite cold. But yes, I slept all right.
They got your furs, yes?
Yes, thankfully.
What did you say about the furs? Is that what I am smelling? The wet, matted fur?
I do not think it's wet and matted. Mine
It's
is
quite
fine.
dry.
Maybe yours?
Certainly smell some kind of wet, matted fur.
Is it your hair?
Not this time.
Oh. Malavik,
I'm
you're
going
not
to go
wet
roll
matted,
in
are
the
you?
snow.
No.
Very
I
good.
wash myself quite often, unlike some of you.
I wash myself often. That wasn't a jab at me.
I just washed myself.
Sure.
Putting this now outside, rolling in the snow.
Yeah. What is our plans? Are we going to be staying here or are we moving on?
Well, at the end of the day, our desire is to get out of here and return to meet with the professor, correct?
I did not think that's what we were doing immediately.
Not immediately, but overall, we do need to reconvene and perhaps confront. Was there anything else that, I mean, obviously we have to follow up on everything to do with, this frost whale and whatnot.
Yes, I believe that's the case, but also I believe that we are short on supplies, and there was an encampment that we learned about that may have supplies. I would probably like to get there before the wolves.
Oh, you mean with all of the, like that horde of hobgoblins?
They said it wasn't a horde.
Did they?
Yes,
Oh,
I was paying
must have missed
attention quite. We should probably take her with us.
Do you mean Sakuachi?
No, I meant the goblin, one of the leaders.
I think I saw the two that we met yesterday. They took the goblin at the orders of that one very loud man. What was his name, Mats?
I believe so.
I think they were interrogating that goblin.
And I would like to check on her then to make sure that she's not, well, dead. So I will go do that. If anybody wants to come with, feel fine. If not, I'll take care of it in my own means.
certainly. I will make my way with you. Arashtok, the water is on. Are you all right to pour it yourself?
Yes. I
Right.
think I will be just fine.
All right. I will go ahead and go with Malavik then.
All right. Now I will stand up and make my way to look for a tent that's more lavish than the others, since he had such a loud presence.
Sure. Yeah. I think you probably saw where Matt's tent was the previous night. He came out of it when you arrived. And yeah, it's there. The tent flaps are down, and There's a few people that are kind of like getting their day started and making some food and such. Sort of look at you and nod as you walk past.
I guess I'll ask the first person I see near the tent. Have you seen Max? His name.
Yes. You recognize the person in front of the tent. This is Yana. She was one of the people that escorted you in the in the main part of the city there to get back to the observatory. She was the one that was a little bit more skilled at reading the stars and helping to navigate. She says, yes, good morning. Yes, Mats is, I believe, I heard him waking up.
You know, we'll wait for him outside his tent. Would like to speak with him.
If you would like, I can give him a message, and he can come and speak with you.
Yes, it's concerning the, what was the name? Narthkezza, I believe.
Narthkezza, yes.
Oh yes, the goblin. We interrogated her last night.
By interrogate, you mean just by speaking or by means of physicalness?
Well, we've found that interrogating goblins can go a few different ways. First and foremost, they are very tricky. Hobgoblins are, well, they are like a loose military kind of people. So you need to convince them that it is in their best interest to speak with you. And for some, that is with reward, and with some that is the back of your hand.
Are they still alive?
Oh yes, quite.
Yeah. That's good. I would like Max to come with us and speak to us, and then we can go see the hobgoblin and discuss what I need to talk about. If you would relay that message.
Yes. If you would like to wait, I will just be a moment.
Thank you, Yana.
She walks over to the tent flaps. Mats, are you decent? Well, put some clothes on. I don't want to see it again, no.
I would like to craft a snow elf.
Okay, go ahead and make a crafting roll.
Thank you. You said crafting?
Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's a
Incredible.
work of art.
You all, I don't know, did you stay back with the Rashtak, Karun?
Mhm.
So yeah, like, in the time that you've been gone, like in the 5 minutes that it took you to walk over here, Karun has made this stunning snow elf sculpture. And shortly after Yana lets Mats know, he's got some furs that he's got thrown over him, and he just sort of scratching his scruffy face. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Karun, I thought you were back with the Rosh.
Oh, sorry, this is a different place. I'm still back with the lizard. Never mind. Sorry. I got confused.
You could scurry over if you do want
Skittering.
So, yeah, Mats will come out. He's just sort of draped some, like, fur blankets over himself as he walks outside. He's doing that scratchy thing. He's got wicked bedhead, you know. scratching the back of his head as he comes out. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mm.
Sorry to wake you. I believe, however, we have a couple of things perhaps to...
Do not worry. I was already awake. It just takes me a little while to get started in the morning.
Ah.
Go ahead, sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're all right. I believe we just had a couple of things to discuss with you, figure out our next plans and
Yes.
whatnot.
Arcelia was mentioning that you had some thoughts. She should be ready in a moment.
Very good. Malevich, did you want to perhaps enlighten our friend here, or do you want to wait?
I want to know what you've done with the hobgoblin.
Well, not much. The hobgoblin was interrogated last night, and she's resting now. We fed her, and she is probably warm and stuff. I wouldn't worry.
I would like to see her, if possible.
I think we've gotten all that we can out of her. Do you plan on killing her?
No, actually, I plan on taking her back to her encampment.
That is an interesting choice.
Hmm.
I had meant to reach out to you this morning anyway. What we learned from this Narthkezza might be something that you might be able to help me with.
Go on.
Well, we've learned where the Obsidian Oath Raiders are currently holed up in town. They have themselves a little base of operations. I spoke with some of my people, and from what they have told me, they believe that one of my people, maybe that we have not seen for some time now, maybe, well, captured by the goblins. If they are still alive, I had figured that perhaps we can trade Narthkezza for them.
Yes, this is on the lines of what we were looking to do as well.
So it works out for everybody.
Yours, of course, is more polite than what I was going to do, but
You were going to kill them all.
if it came to it,
From what I understand, they would do the same to you. So, I have no problem with it. For us, if we can avoid the bloodshed, that is good. But if we must defend ourselves, we will. With extreme prejudice.
understood. I know how it is to be an outlier from the rest. Goblins never really had a good history, so to speak. And everyone and everything does things for a reason. Hobgoblins, though their reasonings and the way they go about it is incorrect, they're probably just trying to survive. At least that's how I like to think about it. I would like to go to this encampment and see for myself, scout it out. See what kind of condition it's in.
Yes.
And also find, Sakuachi's companions if possible. Because we have a big task ahead of us that we're going to need help with from her.
Ah, yes. I forgot. She mentioned speaking with you. From what my men tell me they believe that she has some people that are missing, and I asked around a little. I believe that we can all benefit from this relationship. From what I understand, my men say they have seen some of these people, and there might be some ways that we can help each other out, you see. Not just finding my people, but if you are able to do some things for us, I will help you, as we are essentially a businessman. Help you on your way. We can give you a raft and load it up. All supplies that you might need for a trip.
I would like to see these supplies, but first, we need to know what you need us to do before we agree to anything.
Of course. Give me a few minutes to get ready. You talk with your people, and if anyone else wants to join us, we can have the conversation. Perhaps invite Sakuachi as well.
Of course. Is there anywhere in particular you would like all of us to reconvene so that we
Hey, the
tell everyone one spot?
bonfire is fine.
Perfect. All right.
Perhaps we can have some eggs and some sausage.
I'll see you over there then.
Very well.
No.
Perfect.
I'll turn and lean into Yara and say, I didn't think she would do it. And I'll keep walking.
I will make it a point to just let Malavik know. Malavik, I'm going to grab Sakuachi just so that she's aware, and I'll meet you over at the bonfire, alright?
Aye.
Divide and conquer and whatnot, right?
Indeed. I'll walk over and I'm just gonna take a peek at their weaponry and like see if anybody's training or blacksmithing or any of that stuff. They have different tents, so I just kind of want to see what they all have.
There's definitely people that are just kind of like sparring and training and stuff. Certainly.
Yeah, I would like to take a look at that. And do they have any trade tents or any tents with supplies or weaponry just hanging out? I just want to kind of peek at them and see what they're working with.
Okay. Let's see here. Roll me a... I will take 3 different potential things here. Different outcomes will occur based on which roll you use. I will take diplomacy, or society, or perception, I guess.
Perception it is. A crit.
Wow, okay. Guess the crits aren't stopping for Malavik, even after last session. Alrighty. Okay. Malavik. They have kind of like a quartermaster available. You see that there are a lot of the common weapons available. There are shields. They also have a small stock of masterwork and enhanced weapons. They have a few pieces of magical and reinforced armors. They have various provisions like rations and things, and some camping gear. They have a very limited supply, from what you can tell, of like alchemical stuff or like spell casting type things, like scrolls and things. They don't really have very much there. They probably have a few like potions and stuff like that, but nothing really big there. And of course they've got like horses and mules and pack animals and stuff, like saddlebags and like they don't really have any barding like armor for horses or any of that kind of stuff. And that's about it.
Okay. Keep that in mind for when we discuss supplies. Keep the masterwork stuff in mind. I don't know what they have, I mean, particularly, but it can help any of us. Yeah, after peeking at all that stuff, I won't bother anyone. I'll just kind of sit and watch the sun come up alone on a log or something, and just wait for everyone.
Okay. So, after a little while, you all sort of get gathered up, ready to have a conversation with Mats and Sakuachi, who's been brought to things by Yara. And Inuma, Sakuachi's guide, is also joining.
All right. I suppose everyone is awake now and ready. I have some delicious breakfast that has been made by Jorov. And please eat. Eat to your heart's content.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
So, we are presented with some opportunities here, I believe. From what I understand, Yoref and Yana here have told me that there are potentially some opportunities for all of us to benefit in this current situation. And as a mercenary myself, I am always on the lookout for such things. What say you?
I'm on the lookout for food, so I would be eating that.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe our group is looking for opportunity always, though.
As long as both sides find benefit, that is equal and shared.
Of course, of course. There would be no other way. I always say that it is important that when you are making a deal, that everyone leaves the table with both a smile on their face and a curse on their lips. That is the way that you know that everyone has made a good deal.
I do not smile much.
I think that you just haven't been given enough opportunity to smile, yes?
That is true.
Perhaps not enough good things have happened for you to smile.
Let us hope that this is the beginning of a change in that, yes? What are we going to say, Malavik?
Well, I wanted to get down to business. I need to know what kind of frying pan we are jumping in, so to speak.
Frying pan jumping in. Why would anyone jump into a...
I
I
understand
understand now.
We're jumping in then.
It's very good.
That
Jumping
is
in the
good.
bed, is that
Well
understandable?
constructed.
Is that more relatable?
Jumping
jumped
into the
in.
bed versus jumping into the frying pan. I suppose it depends on who you are with.
Could sleep in
Yes, it
either
does.
one, really. So I've missed a lot of what is happening here. All I have is all of this delicious food, but is there a need for an alchemist of any kind here?
An alchemist. You are an alchemist.
That's right. I don't know if you could tell from all the bottles and the...
I do not like to make assumptions. Perhaps this is some kind of Varisian attire.
You're funny. I like him. You can stay.
I hope so. This is my camp.
Oh, you can stay.
I am glad that you have given me permission to stay at my own camp. I like this one. They have, how do you say, spunk. Yes, it is good. So, from what I understand, we have several opportunities here to discuss. First and foremost, there is the obvious one that Malevich has brought to my attention, which is the fact that we have one of the Obsidian Oath Raiders that we have interrogated, that you have brought to the camp here. And in exchange, food and a safe place to rest for the night has been given to you. We have learned where the Obsidian Oath Raiders have taken up their camp. We had some suspicions, but they have... the Narthkezza was more forthcoming after speaking with Yorif and Yana. And we have learned where their base of operations is. Malevich has suggested that he bring Narthkezza there, potentially as some sort of bargaining chip. I have heard that we are missing some people here at the camp. We're not sure exactly where they are, but if the Obsidian Oath Raiders have them, Narthkezza would be a good trade. On the other hand, we have learned from Sakuachi that she is missing several of her escorts, and we think that they might have one of them there. We believe that this location, according to Narthkezza, is known as Grey Post. And Mats will... he's got sort of a sketched out rough map of Skywatch that he'll give over to you.
And to be clear, are you saying that they are in two separate locations, or that the raiders also have Sakuachi's people?
Ooh, I do not know where my people are, but if the Obsidian Oath Raiders have captured them, they may very well be at this Grey Post, which used to serve as some kind of guard post here in the Skywatch, from what we can tell. And he sort of roughly sketches out where this is on the map for you.
Wait, this is in that cursed city.
Well, we are in that cursed city right now, yes.
Yes.
Things change constantly, and really... I was hoping that we did not have to be here long.
Well, Malevich, it seems that they have been navigating this place together for some time. Perhaps if we are very, very careful and stick together like glue, it should work out. So it seems as if this is quite close to the observatory, correct?
It is a matter of opinion, depending on
Where it is, yeah.
Exactly where the stars take you.
Understood.
From what we understand, it is roughly here.
Very good.
Magic might take you in strange directions if you are not careful. Even with some of our most experienced guides, it is still difficult to travel. So be aware, you might end up someplace you are not expecting.
How are we able to do
We're
this during
experienced at this. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. We are basically experts.
I believe our friend here is complimenting us far too much. But
We have killed creatures from 17 different realms of existence.
17.
Probably.
You
I
have.
lost count.
If, for example, and I offer this suggestion to you, if you were to meet with these Obsidian Oath Raiders, and they do not have my people, you have brought up the possibility, Malavik, that wiping them out might be a potential option for you.
Yes, it's like sending a message.
Yes, it is. I heard some rumors coming from some of my people as well. More run-ins with the Obsidian Oath Raiders, and they continue to draw blood whenever possible. I'm starting to get tired of this. Again, we've come to this place for what it can offer us. We are not here to kill anyone unless it is necessary, but they continue to test us.
If it comes down to it, I don't mind lopping off heads. I've done it plenty times already.
Well, perhaps we try diplomacy first, though.
Of course. We'll do it your way. Narthkezza has been... they have been, what's the word?
Cooperative?
Yeah. Yes, they have been cooperative and didn't really put up much of a fuss with us when it came to us questioning. So I'd like to at least treat them with some sort of respect and give them a chance to be able to speak on their behalf. Maybe they can convince their own kind. And if not, then I will make a show of what it means to, well, not agree with us.
I will be happily right beside you as well. So long as we exhaust the first option.
I think we are of like mind. As I said, I am not one to draw blood out of some sort of bravado. I prefer to have a drink instead. But if they do not want a drink and they throw it in my face, well, perhaps they do not live with their head.
I'm
Will
sure
you
they
be
would not
coming with
hesitate to
us?
hurt others anyhow. So, what were you going to say, Malavik?
I was wondering if Max was going to come with us or not. It does not matter to me.
I have some things to take care of in camp. Sakuachi will sort of speak up. I will come with you. If you need me, I will.
It might be dangerous.
I understand. And Numa is like putting a hand like on Sakuachi's shoulder, and Numa, enough. Our fates are intertwined. I must go with you.
Our fates are intertwined, but it won't be much of a fate if you become beheaded. please make sure you stay close to Yara at the least. Where is Arcelia?
Arcelia is probably like making your way over to the fire.
Will you be staying or coming?
She's got some like food. She says, "Of course, I will be happy to join you. I wouldn't leave you behind."
Right then.
I will pat Malevich very subtly on the back.
Rashtak, are you coming or staying with the camp?
Of course I will join you. I am very curious about these goblins as well as this magic and what is going on here.
Karun?
Of course I'm coming. I have to figure out what the metted fear smell is.
Great.
And I just look pointedly over at the tall, furry man.
I bet those are furs. I don't think there's...
He always has the scruffy looking smile on his face, you know?
Does he have a lot of chest hair from what we can tell?
Oh, yeah.
Like a suspicious amount of chest hair?
Absolutely.
Did you,
The only thing suspicious about that chest hair is what's hiding in it.
Karun, were you able to find supplies around here that you can replenish your stock?
Oh, I grow them. Oh, you mean with the bolts and all the... oh, good point. Do you have a crossbow bolts by any chance?
I don't want to know.
Yes, we have some crossbow bolts.
Perfect.
There is a quartermaster and various provisions if you need them.
Wow, thank you. Don't mind if I do.
For
Wonderful.
purchase, of course.
Of course, of course.
I also still have more arrows for you if you choose that route instead.
I'm not using the bow because it takes both of my hands and I've got all
and you
these
need the
things.
yes,
So
of course.
and I have to pick up the thing and then throw it, but then I have to put it down and get the bow out and then put the bow up and then with both hands. It's way better if I can just toss one of these.
I mean,
You
that's
know,
why
or
I
just-
always just keep this hand free. I mean, I used to wear those spiky gloves so that I could punch stuff if I needed to, but I mean,
If I'm gonna miss, I'd rather it be missing with just one hand than have to have both hands to miss.
Right.
You know what I mean?
it at least looks like you did it without effort, like nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Like you look really
Right.
cool.
I don't want it to look like I'm trying because then I feel emotionally responsible for when someone else gets hurt. If it looks like I'm not trying, then I don't feel quite as bad. You know what I mean?
I feel as if there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you don't try with us?
It's
No, I think that what they're trying to say is they do try, but they try to look like they're not trying because they're afraid of being vulnerable.
it's complicated.
Is it? I always wondered why you were trying to, I don't know, have conversations with things instead of hurting them, but
Or like give them drugs. You're always trying to give everything drugs.
It
Is
worked
that-
really well one time.
It did.
alright?
It did save
It did
our
work
asses that one
really,
time.
really well one time. So I would be remiss if it didn't try it every time.
I'm gonna
whole
look
s-
over towards everyone else.
I'm looking at Max like
He's nodding his head and smiling.
You like drugs. I can tell you do.
He definitely likes drugs.
I find that life will often give me opportunities to enjoy it.
Yeah, and drugs. I get it.
So, next steps. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring to our attention at this point in time?
Yana sort of speaks up and says, "From what Sakuachi has told me, I believe your hunter escort, what was her name?
Denigi.
That's right. It sounded similar to someone that we believe is near the merchant square, the Mystic Market. It is the sort of, and she begins to point on the map. I think we saw this Denigi talking with some other newcomers to Skywatch. Maybe she made some friends. Either way, try to learn a thing or two about these other newcomers while you're there, and in return, I will order the locks open on the river for you when you're ready to leave.
Will your guide be coming with us? I do not know how to read the stars during the day. Rather than that, I don't know how to read the stars at all here.
And I would like to learn how to read the stars during the day, if possible.
I can assist with that. If we are using the stars to navigate, I can help. I'm quite practiced at it.
Even during
Oh, right,
the day.
the ruler of the observatory, of course.
Well, it will be very difficult, but even for my guides. I think Sakuachi, if she is comfortable, will be very capable. Besides, I have tasks for Yana and Yorif to do.
And I'll stand up and kind of tower over everyone. Well, let's not waste much time. I need to see the Hobgoblin.
Very good. And then we shall make our decision, and we will let everyone know.
Sakuachi speaks up and says, "What about Pamak? Will he cook?" Joruf speaks up as he's making the final touches on breakfast. You see him like doing the salt bay into the eggs, and he says, this Pamak. I saw this description of this person. I think they were leaving the city via the gates. Well, Matt sort of speaks up and says, "The last we saw Hisoi, they went outside the gates to scout as well, but they haven't returned. Maybe while you are looking for Pamak, you can look for Hisoi as well. But if you go do this for me, then not only will I give you a raft and open the locks, but I will load the raft with as much treasure as it can hold before you ship out."
Well, we have also some very large bags.
As much as the raft can hold.
I would like to ask if it's okay, dead or alive.
For whom?
Well, the one we're searching for. Not saying that I will do the slaughtering, but if they are dead and we find their body, would
I
you
understand. I understand. If you find them dead, then you find them dead. Better that we know and we can prepare some sort of proper burial and rite for our people, and let whatever family that they have may know about it.
Good. Then we will secure the bodies and bring them back here.
Very well.
We may need something to carry them as I talk to Yara and Karun. Just in case someone is injured or, well, dead.
We are crafting something to hold the body? Like secretly or in public view? I can do it. I just need to know if we're hiding the
We
body.
may need to, but let's see Narthkezza first. See what kind of condition they are in. Hopefully,
I would begin drafting plans
We
for a
could
body
just put the
cabinet.
body inside the bag.
You can fit
That's
a whole
also
body
good.
inside of a bag.
Oh yes, it's it's bigger on the in the inside than it is on the outside.
Strange magic.
Also, we could do
Fine.
that.
I think that magic is inherently strange, depending on your perspective.
We know it works.
I know magic
Body's in the
too.
bag
You know, it's not
before.
just magic bags. I know magic. I could
What
do
bodies are
magic.
you carrying in your bags?
Not any now.
I learn more every day. Max, where is Narthkezza?
Narthkezza is in the tent there.
I'll walk my way over after nodding. I'll kind of peek in. I'm not gonna just rip the doors open or the flaps open. I'll just peek in, to see the situation.
Okay. You look in, you can see there's just some like hay that has kind of been tossed on the ground. Narthkezza's just like heaped up with a fur blanket on the hay.
Hmm.
You can see hands are probably bound. Feet are bound.
How do they look? Beat up, bruised, bloody?
Not beyond what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
Force feeding.
I will go over and squat down and look to see if they are awake.
Mm-hmm. Squat down. Give me a perception check.
16.
They are passed out.
No. Nudge them.
Yes. As you go to nudge them, Narthkezza rolls out of the way and springs to her feet. She is sort of... she's bound, so it looks a little awkward as this happens. And she sort of like spins.
Murderer in the night! This one tries to strike!
If I wanted to kill you, you would already been dead.
I do want to kill you and you're still alive, so.
Isn't it also daytime?
I'll
As
open
it
the
looks
tent up
around.
more. It is daytime. Listen, you've been given more care than I would have thought they would have given you. You've been warm. They put you in a tent. They treated you better than humans have ever treated me. With that, you owe us.
Bargain, you will?
Yes.
Strike
Bargain.
a bargain?
Yes, the bargain is you keep your head. And you help us. If
Help
things
with
go,
what you
We're
want
going-
me to?
we're going to your post. We know where it is. And we want to trade you for people that are missing.
Now, let me stress this. The more cooperation that you provide, the less likely it is that you will die and that your people will die. It is a fair exchange that we are trying to make. We would like to discuss things. We would like to collaborate, like you and we have, as so forth.
I will
We've
put my
been-
face. Oh, go ahead. Keep talking.
We have been quite kind to you despite the circumstances and despite you trying to kill us. Is that not true?
So I can either take an intimidation or a diplomacy check.
But before you do that,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to put my face really close to Narthkezza's and say, remember what happened to your allies. She's.
I was going
she's-
diplomacy.
Oh, I was gonna
That's
say,
what I was
well,
getting. I was like, Malavik is
Yeah.
going intimidation. Yara's
If
going
we are doing
diplomacy.
intimidation, I will assist in
Well, the thing
intimidation.
is, I'm insisting because I'm just saying like, she's more scary than I am.
No. I'm doing diplomacy.
No,
But
we
if
are
you wanna be my
spiraling out of
scary
control.
dog in the
No.
background-
It's still
We will
diplomacy.
spiral.
Yeah, if you want to be the scary dog in the background, you know, like those memes of like everybody walking at the con. It's like the cute girl in her cosplay with like the like angry like Doberman boyfriend in the back.
Yes, both of us. In the background of your cute
Yeah,
girl
sure.
cosplay.
I'm towering over, and
Sure.
I guess.
I'll
Yeah.
take intimidation from Karun and Malavik and a diplomacy from Yara.
That is a 17 on my end.
Ew. It's a 9.
Uh-huh.
The 21.
I guess my 9 will insinuate after seeing Yara's face, and she's like, I just pull back and like, and I'll just stand with my arms folded.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
He's got like an itch that he
Yeah, I was
really
like,
needs to
I
scratch.
wanna do
He's
things
like
my way,
leaning
but
against
fine.
a post, just
Yeah.
like.
Those long talks with Yara, like,
You need to stop being so forceful with people.
just she's trying to like,
you look like you were ready to punch a hole through Narthkezza's chest, and you had to like contain yourself, and you didn't know how to do it, so it just came off really awkward and slow. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm skittering over so that we can be both back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Some
And
Charlie's
just as
Angels.
intimidating.
Sure. Narthkezza says,
Very well, a bargain we have struck, as long as I am not struck.
Now, that changes if you and your people attempt to strike us. Or if you try to flee.
Flee? Me?
No, you certainly would not, would you, darling? You've been so cooperative.
you just see this goblin smile, and they have, this hobgoblin sort of look is a little bit less exaggerated, I think, than the sort of like lesser goblins. The sort of smaller goblins have more of the Stewie Griffin kind of heads. The hobgoblins are a little bit taller, a little bit more humanoid. And you can see that she's give me a perception check.
I would like to re-roll that.
10 being re-rolled.
14.
14. Yeah, I mean, I think you can gather that, like, this person's been fairly cooperative this whole time. As long as things are, like, still in your favor, you're probably fine.
I'll lean over to Karun and say, they do not need feet to live.
No, we could hobble them. I could build a hobbler right now.
We could always, cut off limbs.
Don't.
there's a
Can't
thing
cut them
I've
off
heard.
because then they'll put the prosthetic on. You have to maim them.
I heard of something called an Iron Maiden once.
Similar.
So yes, we will not be striking you if you do not try to flee. But the minute you do, that is fair game. Do you understand?
Of course! Narthkezza is smart amongst the hobgoblins. Narthkezza will be happy to not flee.
Oh, I trust her implicitly.
I'll throw a piece of sausage that I had saved to her, I should say.
Yeah.
Slap her on the forehead, hopefully not.
Yeah, I was literally rolling to see if the sausage just like hit her in the face because I think it's hilarious.
Roll for damage.
It's like awkward, bumbles and grabs it, starts to eat.
Very good. So, do you think you'll be able to convince your people to not try and attack us? Probably not.
Narthkezza is second in command of the Oath Raiders.
Of course.
And your commander would want you back, so much so that he wouldn't.
Yes.
I am from a very strong warrior tribe. Those that look like they are prisoners do not have respect. We would have to, unfortunately, make it look like Narthkezza's in good condition for them to believe that they are still valuable. I do not know their war tactics, but from mine, if someone goes missing, we replace them immediately.
That is a great question, actually. I do have warfare law. In terms of hobgoblins and their interactions, and I know Arcelia rolled really high for her interactions as well, so if perhaps I could get information from her, or if you'd like for me to roll, I'd love to know how hostage situations or like the importance of their second in command, yada yada, all of that is.
Sure. Go for it.
19.
So, obviously everybody is different, but there is kind of a consensus amongst most people that have run into hobgoblins is that they are organized, and the most civilized of goblin kind, but they're definitely not kind, and they are definitely not equal, and they are militaristic and tyrannical and cruel and destructive. And if somebody is a leader and they have been captured as a prisoner, they've lost all credibility.
Yep. Yeah, Malvik would have immediately, it's the first thing I thought about. Coming from the tribe that is warriors, and we would have
so
to
all of
stage
your
it.
friends have abandoned you?
Well, that's where you come into play, Karun. Do you mind if we, tie you up?
What?
Well, yes. Narthkezza will have to stage something for us to even be in talks with their leader. If we show up at the gates with her shackled up, they will retaliate.
A trick you seek. Very clever you are.
An illusion.
Magic
Yeah.
is not respected amongst our kind.
Oh, it would be if it got thrown in your face. As your friends found out.
If magic is not respected, then why do you have such dirty... Oh, damn it. What? Never mind.
Narthkezza
As I
looks
was saying-
confused.
Yeah, I was saying, Karun, do you mind being tied up? Of course, it would be tight to be loose enough for you to get out
Yes,
of.
I will do it.
The reason why
I will sacrifice my
That was easy.
dignity
I didn't
for
even
the
have to
sake of the
explain.
team. I'm already tied up. You look down, Karun's legs are already tied up. I will do it. If I must, I will do it.
This is them trying now. I see. Okay.
You absolutely must. I will sacrifice my dignity for the team.
We asked Max for a mule of some sort of something to throw her on top of, or maybe you can walk. Don't tie your feet up, just your hands, obviously.
Oh, not yet.
And yeah, Narthkezza will pull you in tow. We will stand side by side with Karun. I also will tie my hands, and so will you, Yara, but you have specialties to where you don't need full functionality, from what I've seen. Ropes will be tied to a way to where if you pull pressure from east to west, they will untie themselves pretty easily.
So, your thought is that we get some sort of an audience by Narthkezza here, pretending she has caught us all.
Well, that was the plan, for me
And
not to
gaining
kill everyone.
Right. Because that would give her lots of credibility if she was to be able to capture all of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Arcelia would sort of nod her head and say,
If we can do this without bloodshed, that would be
the best way, I think.
Sakuachi would not be tied up. Sakuachi would comply to Narthkezza's wishes because her friends are in need. Make her a little bit more. She's not a threat visually to these creatures since they were chasing her. They were looking for a great prize, that is.
So then how would we go about some sort of a trade? It would have to be Narthkezza requesting it, and I don't know if they
Yes.
would go for something
We would-
such as that.
Put our faith in Narthkezza. Credibility goes a long way. Maybe even override their current leader. If there is some kind of duel between the two to see who's the most credible, then we know what to do at that point. As long as it's a private meeting, we can take them out immediately. Narthkezza will remain leader of this campment and then move on, and will not bother anyone else in this town upon agreement, or they will lose their head. I'm not a great planner. I do one thing good. But when it comes to warfare and tactics, I've had my fair share.
Certainly. My worry is, and obviously I believe we would have gone slightly to the side now at this point to leave Narthkezza kind of out of earshot, and we're whispering. At least I am. But so here's what comes into play, and this is just something that we need to keep in mind. We are putting a lot of faith in someone who very much so will want to do anything to screw us over. We have taken her hostage. We have gained information from her about her people. What's to say that she brings us into the encampment and just calls for everyone to attack us?
She has her life. I could have killed her. We fed her. The people here have given her furs and a place to sleep. We are speaking to her in a very respectful manner. I believe that, well, you've given me a chance and I attacked your people. I almost screwed you over.
I think Yara is right. We should have some sort of contingency.
Yes.
The contingency is me
case.
killing her. And
That is
all
a
of
good
them.
contingency, yes, but perhaps something a little more with more finesse,
What's your plans,
subtlety,
Karun? Poisoning?
perhaps.
Drugs?
Definitely.
So I think the issue that comes into play here is I just want to get a visual kind of what it is you'd like to do. So you want Narthkezza to appear to be a very strong warrior, that she's captured all of us. Now, we must keep in mind that yes, we gave you a second chance, despite you attacking us. But these people have known nothing but cruelty their entire lives. They have known nothing but conquering and war, and I am unsure that we can rely on her, so we definitely do need some sort of a contingency plan. So, your idea is that we all appear tied up, but our bonds are very loose to the point we could just slip them off, easy peasy. Now, when would we be doing such a thing? Is this something where you want them to take us into the encampment, where we will
Yes.
be surrounded as prisoners? Where they'll probably
Private.
try to disarm us.
You would need to be in private. We can
That's
ask for the
relying a
leader
lot
to
on the
come
plan.
to the gates if need be. Narthkezza shows dominance, can possibly control the situation, yes.
Pulling off of your plan, what if we pose the question to Narthkezza, does she wish to be the leader of her band?
Well, that's what I'm meaning to
Yes.
do.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing, though. That's how we posit it to her. We are helping her overthrow the current ruler, yes? Make sure that that is the plan. Make sure that is the motivation. She has assistance from us. It's not just about our kindness, then.
Yes,
It's not
of
just
course.
about what we're doing for her. Okay, that was what I was missing, I believe. I did
Yes,
not...
I'm sorry I didn't make that clear enough. But yes,
No.
we make Narthkezza leader of this band of hobgoblins, and then they take their leave.
And that is why you mentioned a duel. Perhaps we
Correct.
make a show of it. See if they'll have a duel at the gate or something for everyone to watch. Or perhaps they will overthrow her immediately. We could play her up. I mean, I've had my issues in the past, but I'm quite convincing otherwise. Arcelia is also very convincing. We could play it up, she's so strong, she took us all on and she beat us by herself, all of that. Really, really hone in on Narthkezza being very powerful.
If they were normal goblinkin, I would say that would work, but these are intelligent.
So
what I see. Yes, but if we do not have any marks of war upon us, it doesn't look like they overthrew us to their side. But being captured is one thing. They have people that we need, that we want. Narthkezza posed a very intimidating story about what they would do to them if we do not come along. We go along with them. The problem is if we just go to the gate with Narthkezza in chains, they will kill her and, well, bloodshed would be the answer to it all.
So what do you pose is the solution here?
Narthkezza will have to convince them to meet us in private. We break our bonds, decapitate their current leader, make Narthkezza seem like a glorious leader. Once they are over the encampment, we then leave with our people. They leave the city. Maybe have rumors of bigger hordes of treasure somewhere else. I believe once you are a hierarchy, it won't be easy. It won't be hard to convince others. There are goblins that have seen us before that ran back to the camp and probably told stories about how we massacred their kin. If Narthkezza comes back thinking that she was dead, I don't believe we have to do much convincing at that point.
And she is quite stealthy, is she not? She's very slippery, very agile.
Yes,
She could have caught us. The way that she could have caught us is simply utilizing that. Capturing us all in our sleep.
Thin layer of hobgoblin mucus.
I suppose that
Up on
could
their
work.
body. Yeah. This is the best I could come up with in this time that we have, but I believe that it's probably a good chance that it'll work.
Right, because if they're not going to care about a hostage, and they're not going to want to trade, they will just lob their head off right in front of us, the people we are trying to get.
That's
And
what my
laugh.
people would do. They would just automatically say if they were weak enough to get caught, you do what you will.
But if we are on the inside, we might be able to save them without having to make negotiations anyway.
It's
Very
also about
dangerous.
turning a tide and maybe showing that it doesn't have to be barbaric between two misunderstood tribes.
Yes.
People see me, they would try to kill me on sight here in Galarian. To be talked to normally would be... It feels good.
All right.
Maybe they weren't taken seriously. That's why they take what they can. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say this, but even someone as destructive as they are, they deserve to be on Galarian as much as anyone else.
It warms my heart that you say that.
I'm trying.
You're doing very well. All right. Well,
Thank you,
I
Mr.
suppose that is the best we can do. I mean, I'm trying to run through all of the possible scenarios in our heads, but the thing is, the only way we will know is if we are in that moment. If we need to speak up, we speak up. But I don't think it will do
We
much.
don't let it turn a tide against us. If we have to take action, we have to do what we must. But let's have faith. At least we can say we tried, and having faith in someone or something we don't understand.
Whack, do we know anything about how hobgoblins handle debt, so to speak? Like, if you do something for them, some sort of a favor or some sort of like a... Because this is a big deal. Making her the leader of a warband is a huge deal. They're probably still going to backstab us, like, in terms of what we would know.
I think it's dependent. So, from your talks with Arcelia and from what you can tell thus far, I think it's just kind of dependent on the hobgoblin. If they feel like they are in a position of power, I think so.
That they would backstab us or that they wouldn't?
If they're in a position of weakness, it's like that philosophy, the Sun Tzu kind of philosophy, right? Is like, if you're going to fight, make sure you're going to win. If they know they're not going to win, then there's no point in fighting.
Well, I do not think we can necessarily trust Narthkezza, but it is about the only thing that we have.
Plan B. If Narthkezza decides to roll on stupidity, then once we make them the leader, I will take her by the throat. In front of all that respect her. And we will make our dealings then. Having her beg for her life as she has before, well, that would put us in a higher standing. I wish not to do this. They have been compliant.
Yes, but if you are someone that is captured and outnumbered, you are going to smile and say yes to your captor. At least that's what most people do. It's a survival instinct, is it not?
Then we keep it to our advantage. And for her in on the plans.
Not all
Make
of
it
them.
convincing if you want. But if things go wrong, I will take action. I will not see harm come to you, either of you, any of you. My priority is you and Sakuachi.
Indeed. I will turn to Narthkezza. Narthkezza, darling,
Plan you have?
have you ever wanted to lead your warband?
Narthkezza's eyes go wide.
Do you know what debt is?
Yes. That is what one has when one has no other recourse.
Now, what if I were to say that we would help you become leader of your tribe or your warband? Whatever
Listen,
term
I
you prefer.
am.
Very good. Now, I will relay the plan, essentially, in terms of, like, kind of leaving out the details of we're gonna rip her goddamn throat out if she doesn't help us. So, in terms of all of that, would you like our help getting to that point?
Make a diplomacy check.
Can we help since we're
Yeah, I was gonna
there?
say, can I cast guidance on myself
can.
during this whole thing?
Absolutely, that's what it's there for.
I will not be helping.
Guidance, guidance. 18?
No.
Oh,
It's a 15.
I kind of want to re-roll it, but I don't know. I'm gonna re-roll it. 20.
Okay.
It's definitely better.
Narthkezza, as much as she can, does the, like, Mr. Burns finger steeple.
I'll join her.
Yeah. And she says,
A deal we have. Leader, I will be.
Leader you will be. And our friends you will release.
Yes, yes.
Now, you do understand that once you become the leader, you will convince your band that there's beggar horde somewhere else, and you will leave Skywatch. Or you'll have to deal with the wolves. Your choice. But once everything is completed, we are out of it. You make your decisions, you live your choices, you deal with the consequences. We will not... I will not interfere with your dealings with the wolves. But with us, let's just say I put more faith in you than I have in a person in a long time. You get the meeting in private with us there. You explain your story of how you captured us. Make it as glorious as you need to. We will handle the rest. Once you become leader, you hold this head in your hands. Speak it loud to your tribe. You convince them that you are as powerful as you must be. But I do warn you, I do not like liars.
And to be clear, should you betray us, we do have quite a few allies outside that will in fact come knocking. And you wouldn't want that for your warband, now would you?
No betray.
No betray. Perfect. Then it is settled, Narthkezza. I hope you like a seat of power.
Yes, it will have many feathers.
Do know that you can be a turning tide to whatever you've been going through with having to feel like you had to scavenge, loot, steal, and kill others to have things. Imagine
Steal, loot, and kill.
Imagine having things brought to you without having to do any of that. Because you're almighty and powerful. People will see that. Maybe they will bring you treasure.
Yeah, and what dirty ears you have. Ah! Ha, ha! I told you I could do magic.
Make a performance check.
For the listeners, Karun just pulled a coin, air quotes, from Narthkezza's ear.
Or was it a wax ball? We don't know.
Woo.
Performance. Oh, wow!
Not bad.
Magic.
How did
This
she
one
do
has
it? Who knows?
coins from air or ear hair.
That's right. Probably.
Well, with that settled, let's relay back to Max what we're going to be doing at least. Arcelia.
Before we go,
seems-
I will extend my hand to Narthkezza. Shake on it.
She looks at your hand, begins to shake.
Very good.
She's wiggling her whole body, by the way. She's not actually shaking your hand.
Very good. I'll wipe my hand on my skirt.
Yeah. I will check in with everyone to make sure everybody's good with the plan and begin tying ropes around. Well, I say tie, but make it look convincing around everyone.
Yeah, I
That's
think
right, tighter.
I think
Okay.
Arcelia will also sort of speak up. And Malavik and Yara, as well as Karun, please take a hero point.
Oh.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Arcelia says,
I know that must have been difficult. I appreciate you making the attempt to try and seek a more diplomatic option.
Yeah. Yes. It hasn't fully gone through yet. Still might have to make other options, but at least I tried. Yeah.
That is the point. Trying is the most important part.
I'll put an arm
Succeeding
around
too
Malavik.
is also important.
You
I
did
guess I have to
very
bend
well.
down for that.
Come. I yoink you. You've done very well, Malavik. I'm very proud of you. You've tried very, very hard.
Yeah. And I'll just grumble. But I do, but it has appreciation. Alright. Remember, to open these ropes, you need to pull your right hand.
Oh, right,
Northeast.
sorry, in the ropes.
Yeah, northeast, and then,
If you
your
could just
left
tie
hand.
the rope a little bit here, just so that it yes, accentuate the titties.
Oh, yes, we've got to lift them. Hold on.
If
Do
I,
that more.
You're right. I'll help her adjust it with the rope. Yes.
Right. Didn't need it there, but that's fine. And I'll create a chain link, so to speak, between all the ropes. Loose enough to where if people run into the opposite directions, it's like one of those boat knots that can, or reverse boat knot that can like slip if you pull it too tight. Remember, right hand northeast, left hand forward. The rope will come undone. Hopefully it works without us having to do this, but there will at least be one.
As long as
Fine,
my hands are free to cast any spells or anything.
Yes, they're not covered. But you should be able to get out with these. I was having faith with Narthkezza.
All right. So, this is the first thing we are going to be doing, yes?
Yes.
We do have,
Sakuachi will guide us all. This is a good way for her not to be tied up. The reason being that she can read the way around here.
And on the map, they pointed out where, oh, I see it, never mind, the Mystic Market. So that's going to be to the south anyway, so we're not going to be on the way there. So, I suppose then all we do is we keep our eyes peeled for anything that might indicate Sakuachi's people are also near.
Yes.
But this is a good spot, a good start, because we might find multiple people at this point.
We're also looking for the wolves' companions as well.
Yes.
From this map, it seems like if it doesn't change while we're out there, the gates are close to the guard posts. We could probably do that and then circle around here to the Mystic Market. And then from there, we can go past the observatory back to the camp if the layout stays the same.
I will do my best to guide you.
It is a comfort to know that you are here, Sakuachi. Thank you.
She sort of like, you can see like rubs the tattoo on her palm that she shares with the one that you have on your necks.
As for our weapons, we probably need to stow them into your bag.
All right.
As long as we can get them out in a hurry. If things go the wrong way.
Well, they won't be coming out in a hurry. It does take a moment to find them in the bag.
Mechanically
It is
speaking,
more-
is that a turn or 2 turns to find things in the bag?
So it would be 2 turns, I think. 'cause you have to,
Okay.
yeah, you have to take it out of
Makes
the bag and then actually
Hand it
hold
over
it.
as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Malefic.
Hmm.
For now, you would be able to hold your weapon as well, since they are still your hands. Would you like my knuckled gloves? They might be a little tight, but they should fit.
Well, and furthermore, it might be even more impressive that she captured us with the weapons on tow, on us.
Fair enough.
Could have gotten us in our sleep or made it very convincing reason why we should go along without any kind of defiance.
Perfect. Well, I do have that and a Morning Star if anyone does need any sort of other weaponry. I'm also holding on to a bunch of other things.
I do not know. The only weapons that are stand out is mine, Arcelia's, and Arashtak's. But Arashtak's is a staff. They don't understand magic, so mine and Arcelia's. Being a spear and a great sword.
Staff? I think you mean stick.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
But mine is probably the most imposing.
Well, would you like the gloves anyway? That way you at least have something. in case they do end
I
up
do not
disarming.
know if they will fit my hands. I am quite more large than you are.
Well, they are quite large on me. I was fumbling with them, but it is up to you. You can try if you like. It won't be anywhere near as
Sure.
damaging. But
Fine. I'll take them and put them on. I don't know what they... Okay.
Spiked
That's the item.
gauntlets.
1d4. Funny enough, that's the same as my fist.
oh, is it really? Well, then I guess you don't need it. It's just that it's piercing damage instead.
Yeah,
I guess.
1d4 plus 4. Yeah, same thing.
All right.
I'll try to put them on, and I feel that they're constraining. Just slow my speed down quite a bit. If something happens, I can always grab them, slam them, punch them, choke them, strangle them, rip them apart, and take their heart out.
I suppose that's fine. All right. Well, then
I will
it's settled.
Place my greatsword in your bag. Arcelia, what are you going to do with your spear?
That is a good question. I can put it in the bag.
Wait, what? You can throw that now, and you have some kind of way of making it return. Why don't you not go with the group as a prisoner, and you are more of a backup, a scout?
I can do that. I'm just worried about you all.
Yes. Having someone on the outside or be able to operate from a distance might be a good plan, backup wise. Also, now lean in. If Narthkezza tries anything, your spear can find true.
I will do that. I can wait and be a backup if you think that you will all be all right.
Do we think we want to have her stay out alone?
That's
You
up
want
for
to-
discussion. It was just only an
Suggestion.
idea.
The only problem is that I'm not exactly very stealthy.
Yes. Well,
They might
I think-
notice me. I'm kind of big.
I think out of all of us, the stealthiest are probably Karun and myself.
I'm pretty stealthy. But
Oh,
Are
I'm
you?
definitely.
maybe Karun can be on the outside. You can throw bombs. You can burn the place down if need be.
I'm definitely so stealthy. It's like the stealthiest.
Is that sarcasm?
No.
It doesn't
What?
smell like confidence.
Definitely sounds like sarcasm.
I'm
Yes, you
so
do
stealthy.
seem very
though.
confident.
You guys
you're not-
probably don't even know where are these voices coming from.
Right here.
Ooh, now it's over here.
You just moved to the right.
Oh, Malavik,
You have
Would
to
you
do that
want to
when there's
be-
actual shadows.
would you want to be the one on the outside then?
I could. I could possibly get to you faster than anyone else.
Yes, you are very quick. I'm trying to think that. How about we come up with some sort of a signal if things are going awry? I mean, you should try and infiltrate regardless, but if things go sour, I will launch one of my spells up into the air. The needles.
I
Well,
think,
I mean, the
think
needles
that may
glow.
be- And I'll look. This is gonna sound so bad. I'm sorry. I'll look towards your breast. And I'll say, use those. At that.
What?
Arcelia's
You-
nodding.
No, I'm not. No, the device you have.
Device?
You pulled it out one night.
Oh, my flute.
Yes.
Are you sure you want to hear that one again?
I don't want to hear it, but if
Are
they,
you sure?
I mean, I didn't mean it.
I
in a
want to
negative
hear
way.
it.
I'll cover my ear. In a very slight manner. I feel like if you blow into that as loud as you can, I will be able to hear it. And possibly, if things happen, maybe you can use that to distract them.
It is a non-offensive looking item. Do you know what it actually does?
Make me hurt.
No. First and foremost.
Makes us feel emotionally.
Makes my ears feel emotional. Yes.
We retrieved this on one of our first engagements together, our first missions. This is a flute that we got from an orchestra. There was some mad conductor person who was psychotic and doing all this crazy magical shit. And I found that this flute here, after Rostock took a look at it, it's quite charming. I can play some sort of a tune that will convince creatures and people
to like it.
Nicer. Well, that's hurtful, but to act a little nicer to me. We used it previously on a couple of encounters, and it is quite beneficial. So if there is ever a moment that I am not reaching for this thing and you think it would be suitable, please feel free to signal me in any variation.
Why hasn't it worked on me to like your music if it's well,
no, I choose whether or not I'm trying to charm you, darling.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, that seems very...
It's very cruel. I've been working on it.
It's good.
I meant
you're
that in
very good at the flute.
I get it. You're trying just as much as Karun tries. And yes. Yes.
Oh my god,
yes.
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Thank you. At least someone has some sort of respect for the arts.
It's very, very good.
I'm sensitive.
Sorry.
Sounds
My
wonderful.
ears are very sensitive. Anyway, all right. So that would be the case. You whip that out and start playing, and I will hear it and I will come running.
Yes, it could be like my, you know how people in prison, they like to do the singing or they play instruments? That could be my prison blues, so to speak.
Okay. Well, how do I know the difference between distress and you
well, I could just
convincing?
do a really loud note.
Okay.
Or actually, I mean, if the flute is coming out at all, I need your help.
My help.
Well, yes. I mean, in terms of this situation, if you hear the flute, that means, fuck, we need Malavik.
All right. Fine. Okay. Then the plan is set. And I will undo my ropes and look towards everyone and, well, no matter what, be careful.
That we shall. All right. Do we have all the supplies we need and everything?
I believe so.
No, I would like to really quickly to the shops. Just if it's possible, does anyone have a better hand crossbow here?
Oh, good question.
One that
Yeah,
maybe
check out
doesn't miss as much as mine, which I don't believe has ever actually hit anything.
It hit.
Oh, by the way.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Yes.
theater, but that was not me.
Oh, no, not on the show.
By the
Not
way.
live. Has it ever hit anyone?
By the way, horrible realization for you. You put the +1 striking rune on the hand crossbow. It's
Plus
you don't-
one.
No, it had
you don't-
one.
You don't have.
It came with one.
Oh, it had one.
Yeah, that was a magical item.
The hand
Oh,
crossbow.
yeah, because
We found it in the archive.
wasn't it a crossbow, though?
It was a crossbow.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
not a
+1
hand
striking
crossbow.
crossbow. It wasn't a hand
Yeah.
crossbow.
We talked
Oh.
about this one before, I recall.
Oh. Oh,
that
you have a
that
plus
we could
one
use
then.
it as a hand crossbow.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah,
definitely cannot.
Oh,
Yeah, you can. I said you could remove the rune, and,
right.
and you can
And
get
we
it.
put it on the
Yeah.
we put it on the hand crossbow. Did we not?
That's cheaper.
So
Oh, we have to have a special crafting for that, don't
yeah,
we?
yep.
Do I not have a?
People in the encampment, you might be able to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I?
Damn, I wish we noticed in Lost Lua. We could have definitely had them do it, because we had them apply runes to other people's stuff.
Excuse me, large furry men. Do you have any kind of blacksmiths who?
We can
Yes.
retroactively say that you did that, but
Okay.
it does
gonna
cost.
cost.
Yeah, it does cost money.
How much money can I pay
expensive.
for this?
So I think
It's like 25, 50 gold, something like that.
Oh my
It
god.
costs 55 for me to put a rune on, I think.
And you bought it too, right?
Yeah, I'm broke because of that. Yeah.
So normally it is 100 gold.
Oh, it was 100.
That's fine,
It was
I can do
100
it.
because I had to borrow money.
That's fine, I'll do it. It's 100 gold, I can do it.
Okay. So you already have that on there right now.
Okay,
It's just
You're just
gonna
paying
stay
for
on
it.
there. You just had to pay for
that's fine.
it.
Wait,
Okay.
I've never
what is it?
used
A rune
it,
of
so-
striking?
Yeah, it's a +1 striking.
It's
You sold
it's
both of
only
the-
extra damage. It's not extra.
Yeah,
it's
it's not
extra
extra
chance to
hit. Yeah, the other one is. It's like yeah.
Yeah.
Whack, the
so it's-
potions that Nicotine
Why don't you
sold,
switch it?
Karun sold, like that they had made, were they 600 total or was it 600 each?
600 total.
Gotcha. Okay.
we split it amongst the.
Yes. I was just making sure because I
Yeah,
thought about it.
300
I was like,
each.
wait a minute.
You want to get
Yeah.
a rune of precision? What was it
I
called?
think you can only have the
I think
one
precision
rune.
is correct.
Yeah.
So I think
Or
between.
you want to take off the striking and have the precision because it
Yeah.
helps you with hit.
Yeah.
Well, is it all right then if I say that it has the rune of precision? Could I have one of those instead?
Sure. You can say that you. We can do that.
It's like a traded the
yeah.
one,
Yeah, you can-
striking one.
Yeah, sure. I think they would have
Cool.
that. Sure.
Thank you,
Perfect.
glorious GM.
Thank you.
I'm very flexible with a lot of this stuff here because this is a very complex system, and we're pretty new at this. Even 30 episodes.
30 episodes in.
It's gonna take me a long time to learn this system for sure, and I know I am extremely versatile with a lot of TTRPGs. So if it's taken me a long time, I can imagine it can be really tough. So I have no problem being flexible on this kind of stuff. I feel like that is stuff that it would just be so hard to get right on the first try that it doesn't bother me at all.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you have the precision rune on your hand crossbow now.
Yes.
Do you know how to adjust that?
I may
in-
need some help
Okay.
figuring out how to.
Okay, so
Oh, it's
if you-
called a potency rune. Sorry.
okay, so if we open up the gear for the hand crossbow, potency rune. Okay, traits.
Weapon potency +1.
Oh my god, maybe I will actually hit something with this.
I mean, adding a die. It's pretty big.
It helps. Especially if we have like Bless from what's her face too?
Precision weapon. You don't have both. You got hand crossbow. I feel like there's some stuff that's gotten added here. And crossbow.
And there is a modifier to put on the weapon. It's in temporary. No, not temporary. You have to put it on the hit dice. Not the damage die.
Okay, this is effects. This is damage. You don't have a +1 to that. And this is a potency rune. So you get +1 to attack. Armor potency, weapon potency. There it is. Okay. So this is actually not 100 gold. So this is 35 gold for the weapon potency rune.
Sweet.
60.
65 then, plus 65. Okay.
Okay, and attack rolls are made with a +1. Blah blah blah. Yep. Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you. Sorry for derailing.
No problem.
It's nice. It will be nice to hit something with this. My trusty crossbow has been with me the whole time. Always by my side. Never fails except in a fight.
So you are using Dex. Okay, that's a +1. Okay, this should be correct. You got a +1 potency rune. Okay, I think that is correct.
Cool.
There you go.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Sure thing.
Wow.
I rolled a 20.
You rolled for...
I rolled a 27 with it, so.
No!
He's also used your hand crossbow and hit twice with it.
I hate this.
So is did you automatically did you put the +1 in there, or is it just on the side there? Okay, great.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah.
Yeah, because it says +1 potency, so I was just
Yeah,
wondering
they
if it's
got
28 or 27.
One thing that's good about it is they have temporary stuff that you can add, or if you have item, it'll say item +1. It's pretty cool.
Great.
Okay. So, what is the plan? What are you doing?
Everything we talked about.
Yeah, so Malavik is going to be trying to be sneaky boy on the outskirts.
You need to get there first. Are you going to the guard post?
So yes, so we have to get to the guard post, but I think what's probably going to happen is I'm a little worried about having everybody hands tied before we get halfway there, you know? Probably not want to do that until we get halfway there and then tie them.
Well,
I
what
just
if we
showed
put our
everyone
hands
how to
behind our
escape.
backs while we are walking, just in case someone sees us, and that is all. And then we tie when we get a little.
I don't think anybody's gonna fuck with you guys if they see you. It's a lot of you. But I mean, you know, whatever you guys want to do. I just showed you how to tie the ropes and how to untie them.
Okay.
But I wouldn't.
And just to be clear, you've got. How is this grouped up? So Arcelia is going to be with you all.
Yes.
With him. I'm going to be trailing behind because
Okay.
I can't just go all by myself. Obviously, the place changes.
Well, we can't have you too far because the streets are ever changing. We do need to keep that in mind.
that's exactly what that's exactly what I mean. So
Perhaps
I
we
will.
can stage it so that you run away.
No. When we get close enough to the guard post, I'll just not go
Get
with you
sneaky.
guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know what the weakness is to the hobgoblins?
There's none.
There's none.
They have none.
I think I vision of
They are the
weakness.
perfect organism.
By
We should
weakness,
strive. We may not like it, but
different.
this is peak performance.
They also don't have any strengths.
Well, never
Weaknesses
mind.
in this game are quite different from weaknesses in 5e. So I know when you think weakness, like, damn, nothing has weakness. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of different.
I don't have any weakness either.
So, with your plan set up, Narthkezza and Sakuachi with you, the group begins to set out. Are you buying anything else from camp before you leave?
So I only have the She Who Walks as water, so I'm going to be reliant on other people with their potions, I think.
I think
I don't really want to spend more.
I'll before we all leave, I'll just get really close to Yara and say, just take care of yourself, and I'll slip her my potion.
Lesser one?
It just says potion, so whatever I was given
Yes,
a long
it was
time
lesser.
ago. Yeah,
But you have
I'm-
potions for yourself. You are good.
I have water.
Okay.
I am buying 20 crossbow bolts.
Okay.
Does it come? Does any thrown in with the crossbow since I got it worked on?
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh no! Can I make an intimidation instead?
Don't do that. They won't sell it
can.
to you if you fail.
You can,
Yeah.
if you'd
I'll
like.
make a diplomacy. That's fine. Oh. So how
Yeah.
about throwing it in a little bit for little old me?
No, you play like everybody else.
Of course. How much do I?
It is 1 silver piece for 10 bolts.
That's it.
Can I act like that? What the fuck? How you gonna go for a deal? That's it?
That's literally what happens. That's how bad the haggling was. That's it.
Sure, we can't arrange some kind of deal betwixt us.
Sure, you don't want to raise the price?
I love Karoon.
The quartermaster is like bald, and they have like a mega thick unibrow, like super thick unibrow, and it furrows like.
They are crossbow bolts. Do you want them or not?
I do. I will have 30 then.
Very well.
Yes, but how can I give you your silver when you have such dirty ears? Here you go. That's for you. And 2 more.
Wow.
Thank you. No need to applause.
There were entirely.
Thank you for the bolts. Goodbye. Hear the little ding of the bell as I leave the store.
It's not. It's a tent. This is a camp. There's only. It's a tent.
But he has,
Karoon
he
makes-
has a bell on a table, okay?
Karoon makes
All
the
right.
noise.
Without even a bell, just the mouth. Ding!
Just slaps the table. Ding, ding, ding.
Dude, I want to see the animated so bad.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
You leave the quartermaster, and the jangle of the tent flap.
Walks out.
Like the
Bring, bring,
wind.
bring, bring, bring.
Okay. You get your crossbow bolts, and is everybody ready to head out?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I'll make sure I tell them. I'm pretty sure Narthkezza will be hands tied, or at least, and like maybe Arcelia will be holding on to that until you at least get halfway there, and reiterate the plan to Narthkezza them so they know. And I will, once that happens, I will break off to the side, but in eyesight. If anybody looks back, they'll see me, and I'll go around the base
Sure thing.
looking for other openings. Gotta have more than one entrance.
I have never been more prepared in my entire life.
So prepared, darling.
Very well. Sakuachi will do her best to guide you. Let's see here. What her modifiers are in this roll, because she actually has a fucking crazy roll, I think.
Now, to be clear, we're keeping our weapons, yeah?
I mean, the ones that can't be like, it's not super obvious, right? So,
So I have Adronis' rapier.
yeah. I mean, you have like a dress type thing on. You could flap it over.
So just to give you an idea, slight bit of transparency with this. This is really tough. Guiding yourself by the stars. In the daytime, the difficulty is 25.
Whoa!
Well, we would probably wait until nightfall for this plan.
Maybe not complete nightfall, right? You can see the stars at a certain time.
I would say dusk, like very,
Yeah.
very, very close to
Yeah.
nightfall.
Because the moon can come out around like 4, 5 o'clock, maybe even earlier.
During
Stars will show later.
during
later.
nighttime, the difficulty is 20.
If we
I
wait
suppose
until
nighttime.
nighttime, it will give me a chance to craft a spyglass, and perhaps that could lower the difficulty.
Potentially. I will say that Sakuachi has some of that stuff as well.
Great.
Sakuachi has a plus 15 on that.
Well, and that being said, too, I would also be happy to whenever she is making such checks. I know that you'll probably be rolling it yourself, but I will cast guidance.
Okie doke. Good thing you did, because... No, I'm just kidding. I just barely made it without guidance. So, Sakuachi will guide you to this guard post. It's so off-putting trying to... it's like trying to herd cats. You all sort of start to head one way, and Sakuachi says, "No, it is this way. I believe it is this way. Left, your other left.
Which
Oh,
one?
sorry.
You said right?
Left, darling, left.
Left.
This one,
Sorry.
this one. This hand, yep.
No, got it.
And Narthkezza will periodically sort of shake her head and says,
Confusing. These stars may be the streets. They change your mind.
You know, that is the most relatable thing you've ever said to me.
Big mood.
Eventually, after walking for some time, you begin to approach, and Narthkezza will say,
Recognize I do. This is the camp.
I think I would have already, without notice, break off to the right or left or wherever.
Prepare the plan you must, if we are to all gain.
Yes, and I will help with everyone's tying and whatnot. If there is someone more suited to it, obviously, I would love to give it off to them, but...
Karun is definitely more suited, but will absolutely not say so. Go ahead.
Are you sure? I don't... Is this too tight?
Tighter, yeah.
Are
I can
you
still
sure?
move a lot. Yeah. You're gonna want it really tight.
All right.
Boy.
Can you do mine?
Yes.
Just don't do it as tight. I need these hands.
It's not
to do
behind your
all
back,
sorts
by
of
the way, to be
things.
in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah, Karun does it instantly.
Because it's a
Whilst
round
being
waist,
tied up.
around front, and then it's attached to the next person, and it'll be a line to give it imagery.
All right.
tied up, plan ready.
Oh,
Begin
no.
to approach the gray post guard post.
As I walk away, I'll be like, into the shadow.
I can still see you. Where did he go?
You know how I feel.
Malavik just sort of says this like under his breath to himself, like off to the side. Copious amounts of blood stain the face of this squat stone building, likely splattered from the heap of animal carcasses piled nearby. All the windows are barred, and the front door is made of hardwood reinforced with iron fixtures. A tattered linen painted with the symbol of a trident against a gray flame hangs prominently above the lintel. Narthkezza approaches. There are no guards or anything outside. Narthkezza looks around and approaches the door.
Where these fools be? Sleeping, maybe they must.
And she approaches the door and tries to open it. It is locked.
The door is locked. Where are these fools? Gifts I have. Open the door, fools.
She begins to slam on the door. A moment. You hear some grumbling from inside. Some yelling. Whoever's closest, make a perception check for me.
All right. 14.
Muffled voices. You can't make it out. Narthkezza.
Hello, fools! Narthkezza returns with gifts ready to be opened.
More grumbling. You think you hear sort of muffled yell?
It's probably fine.
Narthkezza sort of looks back at you.
I do not know where they be.
This is unusual for your clan.
Narthkezza starts to take on a ponderous look.
Asleep, maybe? But talking, I heard.
Do you hear anything else? Are there any other sounds?
Narthkezza goes over to one of the windows to the right of the building and starts banging on the window. Fools, open the door! You definitely hear something this time. You hear some crashing inside.
Is it like a violent crashing, as if there's some sort of an altercation, or?
Perception check. Actually, no. We're going to stick with the 14.
Yeah.
We're going to stick with the 14. Just hear some banging kind of sounds, like something falls over.
Well, what do you notice, Narthkezza?
I cannot see inside. They block windows, they do.
And then the front door opens with a start. You see a hobgoblin with a helmet that is askew.
Narthkezza returns.
Yes, fool! And she's like pushes his face and sort of shoves him to the side. Narthkezza returns with gifts! And she puts an arm over the back of his neck and sort of pulls him out from inside the building. And she says,
Look, fine gifts Narthkezza brings. Where is Goldrock?
Goldrock? Thought you dead.
Narthkezza is alive, fool! And what do you say? Where is Goldrock?
Goldrock is learning from one we take.
Which one you take?
Human.
Who, fool, who?
I do not know their name.
Interrogating and you're not even figuring out the name? That sounds like a pretty poor interrogator, if you ask me.
And Narthkezza sort of like with a side eye towards the rest of you looks, and she says,
Tell Goldrock I have brought gifts. More to speak at.
I will have a very pissed off look on my face. Yes, Narthkezza's wonderful at their job. Got us while we were fucking sleeping.
This hobgoblin that Narthkezza has sort of grabbed hold of says,
I will tell Goldrock.
Go, fool, go!
he rushes inside. There's some yelling. And slowly making their way to the door, you see another sort of flamboyantly cloaked hobgoblin approach.
Ah! Goldrock! Narthkezza! You bring more to speak at? So much more. Let me show you.